Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite concealers of the moment. Now, if you're looking at this eye look right here and you're like, man, I really want to see that though, I don't blame you because I use the Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow. A little excited about it. If you want to see this, I have already uploaded it, so I will link it down below for you. But let's get into concealers. Now, I have tried a lot of foundations recently, a lot of concealers, and I definitely have fallen in love with like my numero uno, which we will get into. Most of you probably already know which one that is, but in case you don't, that's why you are here. Now I have in my hands right here my drawer. This is the drawer that I have all the concealers that I am currently using, as well as like my primers and stuff like that, lip balm, whatever. So this is it right here, and this is what we're going to talk about. All right, I'm not going to put these in any particular order other than I am going to speak about my absolute favorite last. Okay, let me go ahead and start off with one that is new that I have been really enjoying, and this is from Urban Decay. You guys have heard me speak about this, and it being one of the only matte concealers that I really like. I'm not really into matte concealers anymore just because, you know, I'm a little bit older now. I do get a little bit crepey underneath my eyes, and for whatever reason, this does not do that to me. And if you're wondering my shade, I am 40NN. This concealer stays put. It literally lasts all day long, and it doesn't end up getting that dry, crepey look. Now, if you use too much, that's definitely going to happen, but I feel like I can use just a little bit of this, blend it out with my sponge, set it how I normally do, and it doesn't mess with my pores. If I'm especially oily one day, I'm going to use this because this helps so much because, you know, you bring it down and kind of that little triangle effect when you're blending it out. So your concealer is going to get on your pore area. If I'm having one of those just oily days or a pore day where they just kind of look a little bit more large and in charge, I like to go in with this one. And again, this is the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer from Urban Decay. If you are looking for an amazing medium coverage, you can get full if you layer it up. Concealer, this is definitely where it's at, and I've really been enjoying it. Also, I have to tell you, this is my favorite concealer for spot touch-up. And anytime, like say I'm riding my motorcycle and I wear a full face helmet, I will use this. I kind of put it around my nose. I will spot conceal wherever I need to, and then I like to use just my TATCHA pearl underneath my eyes. But this is the best one. It lays so smooth on the skin, and then I put my foundation right over top. It's just perfection. I love it. All right, next up is one that I don't use as much, but I do really enjoy, and it's from Cover FX, and it's the Power Play Concealer. The shade I have is Light 2. This is more of my winter shade, so that's why, oh my gosh, I just realized all the stuff that's still on my hands. That's because I just did the Vintage Rose palette review. Sorry, let me wipe this off really quickly. That must mean my Hey Beauties was a little dirty. Oh well. Anywho, back to this. So this shade is a little bit light for me currently. I can still get away with it, but it's more of like a really bright kind of look. This is beautiful. It's more natural. It sets down really nicely. I find that this one gives a natural look, and it's more of a satin type of finish. It doesn't end up looking really matte or anything like that. The one thing I don't like about it is the applicator. It's weird. It's like a little ball. It's just strange. It's, you know, I don't know. I think they were trying to be innovative with it, but it's a little strange. But this is really great for somebody who just wants to have a nice medium coverage. You can even get light coverage out of this, like a light, medium, natural look. And you wouldn't have to set this and just have a beautiful no makeup look with this one. So I really like that one. And then I just used this one up. And I'm going back and forth on whether or not to repurchase it. I used it up 2 days ago. Oh! Okay, Charlotte Tilbury. It just does not have a whole lot of product in there. That's the problem. So the Cover FX has 10 ml. The Urban Decay has, does it say on here? The Urban Decay has 10.2. The Magic Away Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury only has 4 mils in here, and so it goes really quickly, especially if you use a lot of it. And it does get a little bit messy. So you can see the top to my, it's very well loved. And the shade that I use is number 4. Yeah, 4 Fair. And even when I'm darker in the summertime, this still works for me. I love the way that this looks underneath my eyes. It looks natural, but it looks flawless. It looks extremely smooth. The texture of it is very creamy, but I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's amazing. I really like this concealer. If it hadn't have been for my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer, which is my absolute ride or die right now, there's nothing that I would pick over this. I think I would continuously be purchasing this one. The problem is it just goes out so quickly. So I don't know if I'm going to pick up another one. I probably will. I mean, let's be honest, I probably will, because when I want a full face and like be really like just glam and perfected, I do prefer this one over my Giorgio Armani. I just feel like something about this just gives you a really smooth, hydrated, but smooth satin type of finish that's just absolutely impeccable. And you feel the texture of this, you're going to know what I'm talking about. I can deal with the messiness. Usually I'll just click up once and try to get any excess off of the sponge whenever I'm using it. I don't try to click several times. So I'm gonna repurchase. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna repurchase. But this one is my favorite concealer of the moment. I say that because, you know, obviously I'm a YouTuber, so I'm always trying things, but I've been on this for a hot minute and I have 3 different shades. I have 3 different shades. So I have number 5, which is the one that I use currently. This is more neutral. I find it to work the best for me, and it doesn't overly highlight, but it just kind of blends really well in with my makeup. Number 4 is more yellow. Now, if I'm using a foundation that is more on that yellow tone, it's hard to go in with something neutral underneath the eyes because it can kind of clash almost. So I will go in with number 4, or I will mix these two, which is number 3. Number 3 is very light. Let me show you these on my hand really quickly. So this is number 5 right here. I'm just gonna put them in order. Number 4 right above it, and then number 3 on top. So you can see just how much lighter number 3 is. So there's a big jump from 3 to 4. And then again, this one is 5. I like the number 3 to like really brighten up right here if I need to, but I never, ever use that one by itself. It's just way too bright for me. But if you're more fair, you will like it. Now, the reason why I love this concealer so much is it's in the name. It says it's a stretchable concealer. The texture, again, kind of like a thinner version of the Magic Away concealer from Charlotte Tilbury. This one feels like it stretches out, and that kind of is what the Magic Away does too, but it's just this one's a little bit thinner. It's more natural. It doesn't mess with my pores at all. I don't get shiny, but I feel like I have the amount of coverage that I need with it looking just thin. So it doesn't look cakey ever underneath my eyes. It always just looks perfected. I've never put this concealer on and felt like my under eyes, I needed to use a different concealer. I'm one of those that will, you know, switch up my foundations and switch up my concealers based off of any kind of preference or whatever look I'm doing. And the Giorgio Armani concealer, no matter what, looks good. Whereas other days, you know, where my under eye is a little dry or this or that, some other concealers can be a little catching. I don't love the Cover FX one if I have a dry under eye, like I don't know, it's like I've not hydrated, I haven't drank enough water or something. This one can be a little bit crepey, but normally on a just average day, that one looks really nice. That's why I love the Giorgio Armani so much, is it's so consistent, it's beautiful, it's natural, it's medium coverage, it has a satin finish. I think it says it's matte, but it's really not. You don't have to set it if you don't want to, but even setting and baking with it, it's absolute perfection. And now there is 2 more in my drawer, but I don't really use these anymore. The Tarte Shape Tape, thinking about putting this underneath my eyes now, I don't think I would ever do it. It is so strange how you can go from absolutely loving a product and using it every single day to seeing yourself in another way with another type of formula or a different kind of look that you just all of a sudden, oh, I don't like the other look I did anymore. It's kind of like I never used to like pink lipstick on me and now I prefer a pink nude. So it just changes. So I don't like this. The only reason why I have this in my drawer is because I was using it I was trying to finish it up by using it for my eye primer, but now I'm using my Anastasia primer. So I haven't even been using this at all. This might just end up drying up. And then this one is from YSL. I do like this, but it just doesn't compare to these. I don't think I even mentioned the name of this one. It is the YSL Touche Éclat High Cover Radiant Concealer. I don't agree with the high cover part. I don't feel like this is like really high coverage or anything like that, but I do think it's radiant and I do think that it looks really nice underneath the eyes. I would suggest this for somebody who has more mature skin, or you're looking for something that's going to be more radiant underneath the eyes. This is a really nice one. But I do have to say that the Giorgio Armani is going to work for mature skin as well. This one is just so well-rounded. I feel like it's just going to work for everybody. Oily, dry, normal, combo, mature, 18. It's going to work for everybody. Okay, let's be real. Every concealer works for somebody who is 18. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.